guys, welcome back to another episode of Your Cooking with Night Diva Chef Doris T. Tonight we're making, that's right SpongeBob, Meatball Hero. Super Bowl is just around the corner and some of you guys may be having a Super Bowl party and undecided on what to fix. Why not a Meatball Hero? Not only is it quick and easy, but you'll be watching balls on TV and eating them too. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, that was my joke for the night. Okay, in the bowl, I have my ground beef. I already added my salt, my pepper, and now I'm going to add Italian seasoning. And like I always tell you in each of my videos, I do not measure my seasoning. I just add it to the ingredients and later on taste it. And if I need more ingredient seasonings, I will add it. Okay, so I put in some crushed pepper flakes, not to make it spicy, but just to give it a little kick. I also added some garlic powder, and now I'm putting in some parsley flakes. And there is some oregano. And now some paprika. I season my meatballs the same way I season my spaghetti sauce or my sauce for my lasagna. And I just put the same exact ingredients. I guess this is Italian meatballs. But anyway, here I'm also adding some fresh ingredients. My green peppers I'm putting in that I chopped up, and I also have some yellow onions that I'm going to add in to the meat, and also I have some fresh garlic. Not only do I add dry seasonings, but I also like to add some fresh seasonings too, especially when it comes to ground beef. All right, so there I am putting in some garlic cloves chopped up. And now I'm going to add some breadcrumbs. And this binds the meat together. Some people use an egg, but it's not necessary. I mean, you could use an egg, but this still holds together just as well. And as you can see, I have the Italian breadcrumbs. And I'm just going to mix it all in with my hands, get it all incorporated, get it all mixed in. And then after I get it mixed in, I'm going to make my balls with it. You could make any size you want. This is like a golf ball size meatball. I mean, if you want it smaller, of course you can do that. Or if you want it bigger, you could do that as well. But I like to get at least maybe 3 on a hero bread or maybe 4 meatballs on a hero bread. If you're going to serve your guests with the meatball hero, make sure you fill them up on the first go round so they don't have to keep coming back for more. I think serving Meatball Hero at a Super Bowl party, it's a good idea because not only is it delicious and tasty, but it's cheap too. Cheaper than if you was to buy stacks of pizza, hot wings, and all that other stuff. Because this actually cost me $15, and you could serve at least 10 people with this, and you could make at least you could make at least 60 to 70 meatballs out of the large pack I got. Okay, so let's get back to what I'm doing. All right, now I just added a little oil to the bottom of my pot, and now I'm going to add in the meatballs. The reason why I added in some oil is so that it won't stick to the hot pot. I know ground beef makes its own oil, but because the pot is hot, I had to put some oil in the bottom so the meatballs don't stick and tear apart. So here I have my meatballs in the pot. I'm not frying my meatballs. I'm just putting a little crust on it. As you can see, you see the little brown crust on the bottoms of the meatballs, the top and bottom. Anyway, I let it cook for like 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And I'm taking it out, as you can see. And I'm going to steam it in my sauce. And that's how I'm going to cook it the rest of the way. But there's other ways you could cook it. You could bake your meatballs. A lot of people bake them. You could also fry it. Continue to fry it the way I have it in this pan. Here, I'm just showing you a close-up of that nice, pretty crust I was telling you about earlier that I wanted on my meatball. Okay, I started on my sauce, And how I made it was I put some ground beef in the bottom of my pot and I cooked up the beef and used the same exact ingredients that I used on my meatballs, and then I poured some sauce on top of the ground beef. I used ground beef in my sauce so that way it can have some thickness to it and texture, and also when I put the sauce on my toast it won't make the bread soggy. And I could use that sauce later for spaghettis. So right now I'm going to add in my meatballs and I'm going to get it covered with that delicious sauce. After I get all my meatballs in the sauce and covered up, I'm going to then put on my lid and let it steam for like 30 to 40 minutes on medium high heat. On another note, I would like to give a shout out to my son's friend Gerard. Hey there. He was the one who actually wanted me to make some type of sandwich. So I decided on a Meatball Hero. And so it wasn't just the football game that inspired me to do this. It was also my son's friend. And I also received a request for some desserts. So if you have any requests for me to make anything or would like to see me make something, just leave it in the comment box below. The meatball and sauce are now done and it smells and looks wonderful. I already toasted up my hero bread in the oven, and here I have the sauce spread on the bread, and I'm putting my cheese, my mozzarella cheese, and my meatballs. And here is the finished product. I just have to melt the cheese, put it in the oven for another minute or two to let the cheese melt up. But there is your Meatball Hero. Thanks again for watching your Cooking with Night Diva Chef Doris T, and I hope to see you again soon.